For more on this stunning win, I'm joined by our senior sports journalist, Iliesa Tora. Talofa lava and Bulavinaka, Iliesa. Now, Fiji is truly on form ahead of the Rugby World Cup. How significant is this win against England?
Talofa lava and Bulavinaka. The win against England being the first ever for Fiji has raised the hopes of Fijians all over the world as they follow the Flying Fijians, preparing for the Rugby World Cup. It was a win that showed a lot of good things, that the Flying Fijians are finally coming of age and are able to compete against Tier 1 nations like England, and not only compete, but also be able to win at the end of the day.
Absolutely. What's changed in their technique and game strategy? Because whatever they're doing, it's working.
I think the Flying Fijians have been able to finally put together 80 minutes performance since they started in early July, when they started camping together back home in Fiji on the island of Taveuni. One of the main focus for them was firstly to get players to know and understand each other, having come from different rugby backgrounds. Of course, those who were in the Fijian Rua were able to play together in the last 2 years. And then they had players from across Europe who had played in professional rugby environments and were able to go back. And during the camp, they were able to bond and reconnect to their people back in Fiji and amongst themselves as a team. And the build-up so far has been consistent. During the Pacific Nations Cup series in July, they were able to defeat Tonga, Japan, and Samoa before they headed to France for the test against France 2 weekends ago, and of course against England. One of the main things that has changed positively for Fiji is their forward play. Now they are able to compete in the scrums, they are able to compete in the lineouts, and they are able to compete in the set pieces, which has always been the biggest problem for Fiji in the past. In the last 10 years, they've been able to improve in parts, but I believe, looking at how they have come through in their last 5 games, including the win against England, that is a big area they have improved on, their forward play. They have players now who are able to stand and compete against the best, I believe, in the world. And their backline has always been their secret power in the past. Now they have players out there who can virtually create opportunities from anywhere across the field, and they have shown that consistently. On top of that, I believe it's a very important factor, which is fitness. They now have someone who has proven to be a fitness guru for Fiji, for the Fijian Rua, the Fiji Sevens teams. They won gold medal at the Olympic Games in Brazil, and of course in Japan. Navava Nimbuka, who is well known in Fiji, and he has worked very hard in lifting the standard of fitness, and that has helped because the players are much fitter, they are able to play better, and they are not committing as many mistakes as they would have done in the past.
That's good to know. Manu Samoa have also shown the world they're a force to be reckoned with. What can we expect from these teams going forward?
Well, Manu Samoa also put up a very brave performance against Ireland. Unfortunately, they lost out in the end. But like Fiji, Manu Samoa are also showing a lot of improvements in their forward play. And I think because of the inclusion of players from the Moana Pacifica and professional players around Europe, they are able to bring that back into the Manu Samoan team, like the Flying Fijians. And as I said, for Fiji, the same has happened for Manu Samoa. They've developed, they've improved a lot in their forward play, the set pieces. They're able to compete there. They're able to stand their ground in the scrums, and of course in the lineouts. And Fiji, Manu Samoa, and I think Tonga to some extent, if they are able to come out of the injury challenges they have been facing in their build-up, they should be able to do well in the pool matches. I'm betting on Fiji with their current form and Samoa to at least make it into the quarterfinals.
Definitely an exciting time for Pacific Rugby ahead of the Rugby World Cup. Thanks for your analysis, Iliesa.